Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Gift of Health Total Wellness, where we help people struggling with chronic diseases, including but not limited to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, to break free from those diseases, reduce their dependency on medications, and have more energy. And today, my guest is Jennifer Diamond, and I'm so excited for this session because a lot of people wonder, okay, if I'm traveling, like what can I still stay plant-based? That is one of the challenge that most people face. If you or your family member face those challenges, this conversation is for you. So make sure you share it with your friends and family members because you are going to be blown away with all the amazing tips that Jennifer is about to share. And I'm so happy that she's here. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Shobha, and everybody here. I'm very excited. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live and thrive eating whole food plant-based, and I'm excited to talk all about it with you.
Amazing. So tell us about your contribution in the bundle.
Yeah, so this is my first time in the bundle, and it's been very exciting. I have actually two things. The main thing I have is a cookbook, my very first cookbook, and it's called Give Plants a Chance. And it has simple recipes. There's a few that have a lot of ingredients, but mostly very simple. There's recipes on sauces and smoothies. I've got all types of beautiful, colorful salads. Then there's some main dishes and even desserts in there. I've got sauces that are, things that are common like barbecue sauce, but I also have a very tasty onion sauce that's really good, and it goes well with my cabbage roll recipe.
Oh my God, they are delicious, Jennifer. So, like, how do you manage when you travel?
Yeah, so, you know, because it's not how we were raised or how I was raised, it took a little bit of adjustment. It's just a different type of thinking, but it's very, very easy to do. All you really need to do is have a little bit of planning ahead of time.
Mhm.
And same with packing your bag. When you're
Mhm.
getting ready for a trip, there's some planning, right? You have to know your destination, if you're going to be in a hotel, your ride, and what you're going to pack in your baggage, right? Your clothing, the weather. It's just part of that. So, and it doesn't have to be traveling, going on a plane or going somewhere far. It could even be a day travel where you're just going to be gone from your home for 4 to 6 hours and you can take it and scale it at any, for whatever your needs are.
That is so true, Jennifer. And I'm glad you mentioned that because we don't tend to think in that way. As you said, we think of packing our bags or planning about the ride, but we don't think in terms of like food or anything. So, can you just give us some examples? Like, what are some of the things and how do you plan?
Yes, so I'm going to move these out of the way. These are in my recipe. They're lemon zucchini muffins. I'm going to move them out of the way because I have some supplies I can show you behind me. This is my go-to. This
Mhm.
is really my go-to. And what it is, you might think, oh, what a nice big purse. Yes, it's supposed to look like a nice big purse. It's got a carry, it's got a shoulder, but the truth is, it's an insulated cooler.
Ooh, look
And
at that.
yes, and this thing comes with me in the car. And what I do is I'm going to go through it and show you how I pack it and how I take it with me. And so there's also a piece on the back here that's, one of these straps. So if you are with luggage, you can hook it on and you can go. It's a carry-on. If you're on an airplane, it fits underneath. I've taken it out of the country. I've taken it in the car. I've taken it everywhere. I just love it. I even down the street, if I'm meeting people at a restaurant, I take this bag with me because most times there isn't anything that I could eat in a restaurant. And we can talk about that as well as another component. But what I really liked is the different containers, right? So I reuse these. Lots of people have these And I like the shape of these. They fit well in the bag. You can certainly use a round one, but I just took these out because I really want to show you. This is super deep. I mean, I can fit gigantic salads, like a Tupperware in here. I can take lettuce and I can take all kinds of stuff. So I use these containers, a couple of them. And look at, let's see if I can just show you. If I put these in here, how much more room I still, that's only half. And look at, I
Yes.
can fill this thing. It's great. And in the front, I like to put, napkins or silverware. You can use like reusable silverware. You could do throwaway silverware. And then I'll put like my wallet in here. And then I have a pocket I could put my cell phone. So I really don't need another purse. This is my everything when I go out. And here are a few other things that I like to bring with. If I am going to take my own silverware, you can get this stuff. You don't have to, but this is reusable. If I can get it out of the little pack, and it's it's fork, knife, and spoon. It's connected so I don't lose it. And so I can put that in that very front pack. And then I also sometimes, when I went to Italy with my husband, and we brought these little things. Let me show you this little disc, right? It's a
That is so
silicone.
cute. Yeah.
It's a bowl. It's a bowl. You just pop it
Oh
out.
my God.
And so we were in the middle of nowhere on a train, and I was hungry. And at the time, I had brought some oatmeal, and I'm going to show you how I packed my oatmeal. And I just was able to tear the package, pour it in here. I could eat it plain, or if I could find some plant milk, I can add that. I've got my spoon. I eat it. And then when I'm done, if there's a little bit of milk or remnants, it's okay. I just put the lid on, and there I go. So there are some things that you can get that are very helpful to make it successful, but you don't need these things. It's just to let you know. This one I actually got for free, and I liked it because this is more of the, this was the round one. This is more of the square, and this one right on top has the silverware in it. It's a spoon on one side and a fork on the other, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just has to be functional.
Amazing. So, like, did you order this online, Jennifer? Like, if
Yes, yes. And afterwards, I can send some links to you to make it easy for people to find some
oh,
of this
that
stuff.
would be amazing, Jennifer, because people are asking the links about it, like where they can get this. So we have questions around that. So it would be amazing, and I would be happy to share all those links. And
Perfect.
where can we get the bag? So even can we order that online?
Yes, I'll send a link. This exact one, this is an older version, so I'm not sure this exact one is here, but I will send something very similar, and your audience can look and they can decide if it works for them. I'll be, as soon as we are done being live, I will send that right over so people don't have to wait.
Oh,
Um,
amazing, Jennifer.
Yeah, a couple other things I want to share about this bottle, and I did talk about the oatmeal, which I'll get to. Now, a lot of people, they do water bottles, which are great. I do all kinds of water bottles. But when I travel, especially if I'm going to be gone for a long time or I'm going somewhere, like especially even on the airplane, um, you can't bring water through security or liquid, more than 3 ounces. And so I bring this empty. And this particular one is my travel one. It's a clearly filtered. I can give you this link as well. Why I love this one is because it's got its own filter inside. So I don't have to worry about what kind of water I'm drinking, what's in the water, because I worry about that. I can go through security. There's usually near the restrooms, a lot of airports have like a place where you can fill your bottle. Well, I just do it like this. I fill it to the top, and then I can go on the airplane. When the stewardess or the staff says, what would you like to drink? I ask for water, no ice. I don't drink it from their cup. I sip this down, I fill it, so it's always full and ready for me wherever I go. And so I really like this one. And the bag, again, it has some pockets on the side. And so I can fit this in here as well. and one side has like a hole in it. This one, I think it's meant for Kleenex, but I use it for bottles.
That's cute.
Yeah, and you know, as far as what to take, like if you're driving somewhere, well, then you can bring things like the Instant Pot or a blender. You can bring small appliances, rice cookers. You can make soup. I'm going to show you how I do the oatmeal. I'm going to just bring it over here so that I can share that with you. But one of the most important things when I travel is not to worry about what restaurant I'm going to go to when I get there because I heard about this fancy one and that fancy one. No, for me, long before I leave my house, I want to map out, okay, I'm staying here. Where are the grocery stores? What kind of grocery stores? What kind of food? Is there a farmer's market? Is it seasonal? Like what's available to me? Am I going to have a car? Can I walk there? Do I need an Uber? Like those are the things I focus on, and I put that in my itinerary. So I will have plenty of food with me to get where I'm going and maybe even overnight. But then I know, okay, I want to go and get more of whatever. So I'll make potatoes, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, purple potatoes, any potatoes, and I'll bring those in a Ziploc bag, cooked, ready to go in that bag. I'll bring fruit, all kinds of fruit, apples, hardy fruit. If I'm going to bring an orange, I like to peel the skin and have it cut so that I don't, burst the skin and cause all kinds of people to go, oh, what's that smell? So I can just gently take it out and it's ready to go. I've traveled with watermelon. I double bag that, and salad too. I'll put a salad, greens, things that are not wet. When I say wet, not cucumber, not tomato. Those if I'm going to have those, I might have them in a separate bag. But the dry things like cabbage and greens and carrots and anything that's hardy that will hold up shredded beets or whatever. And I have that in a bag. And sometimes I'll even put a fork in the bag, and I can't bring a salad dressing sometimes, so I'll cut a lemon or a lime in half and I'll just pop it in there and I'll squeeze that and it's ready to go. So I don't have to worry about anything. It's easy to just grab. And those are some of the things I do for traveling on a plane. Check your hotel. Does it have a refrigerator? Can you request a mini fridge or get a kitchenette? Maybe sometimes they have those like where it's actually a fridge and you have, a stove and things like that, or Airbnb or microwave. Sometimes you don't have any of it and you can still do this. You can still do this.
Absolutely, Jennifer. So when you were talking about like taking certain things in the flight, so do they put any restrictions? So let's say if you're traveling international, so do they allow you to take the fruit and all those things through the security?
Yes. Now, some places, and you have to check, some places, they don't want you to get off the plane with it.
Yes.
Okay, so then you have to be careful. And if you're traveling and then you have a connection, well, you have to know how long am I allowed to have this food. Then I stop. Okay, then maybe you have to have something dry like oatmeal or a well-being bar or something like that, dried fruit, something like that. And worst case scenario, you can really find stuff in airports. It's not my go-to. It's usually overpriced, but in a pinch, you can find things like sometimes they have a bowl of, you can grab a banana or something, or they have sometimes little containers with salad to
Yes.
go, and you just got to be creative. And you know what? Don't feel stressed out about it. Feel curious about it and make it like a scavenger hunt. Okay, where am I going to do, or maybe ahead of time, look at the layout of the airport that you're going to be in and kind of know what the name of those places are. You can really get crazy and even find out what they have. Starbucks sometimes, I think, may have something, but it also depends on what is okay for you, right? Some people don't eat salt, oil, sugar, flour, alcohol, some people gluten-free, some people, so you have to decide if you're raw, if you're cooked, and then figure out what works for you. But definitely the first leg, you can bring it where you're going internationally. to a point.
Yes, that's so fantastic, Jennifer. So how do you deal when you go to restaurants?
Yeah, so I'll just tell you really quickly, and then
Sure,
I'll tell
yes.
you about the restaurants. You know, I have this bag. I like to share this a lot. So these are my rolled oats, and I have it in a sealed container, the plastic, right? I know plastic isn't the greatest, but this is what I do because I have this machine at home, and this is an older one. It's called a food saver. Some of you might be aware of it. And if you're not aware of it, I'll just show you. Inside here, you can get these rolls of plastic. And what I do is I create shapes with it. And so I will, let's say, let's say, take some oatmeal or whatever it is that's dry that I want to bring, and I'll measure it. And then I will form the bag, pour it in, and sometimes I'll even put cinnamon in here or walnuts or raisins or whatever that won't go bad because I can add fresh fruit later. And then I seal it. And I have these. They are dated. They say what's in it and the amount. And so these fit in a luggage if you're checking it. You can bring it on the plane, a train. You can bring it in your backpack. You can bring it anywhere. So it's good to have. And then even I do little ones. And I just make it by sealing it. This is hemp seeds. You could do flaxseed. You could do chia seeds. And then you don't have to use this on the oatmeal. You can bring this into the restaurant and you can pour it right on your salad. So there are ways to do it. Most restaurants always have lemon or lime. And that's my go-to dressing if I, am somewhere and I don't want to worry about it. I want this to be enjoyable. I don't want to worry and stress out about, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? How am I going to carry this? How am I going to do this? What kind of dressing? No, I'll bring my food to the restaurant. I'll enjoy the company that I'm meeting there, and I don't have to worry about it. But I also do look at their menus because I know you wanted to talk about restaurants and how I do it. So what I'll do for a restaurant is I'll take my bag and I'll have in it whatever I'm going to eat. And a lot of times it's leftover. So I'm not cooking, because I like to have some leftovers or I batch cook a little bit, about 3 days worth of salad or whatever. And even quinoa I travel with, like anything, so that I'm nice and full, beans, whatever. And I'll have that in the bag. And then what I'll do is I'll know that's what I can eat. But sometimes ahead of time, I will go online. If I know the restaurant, I'll look at their menu and I'll write, okay, I can order this salad, but for me, I don't want oil, and it has grilled asparagus, and it has lemon vinaigrette dressing that might have oil, or like I'll pick out, and then I'll call the restaurant ahead of time. And I'll say, I have a lot of food concerns or allergies, and I'm going to be coming to your restaurant with friends or, meeting someone. And I was wondering if someone could talk to me for a few minutes about, to see if I can order something. They're very helpful. And I'll just say, I'm interested in this salad, whatever the name is, right? And I'm wondering, you have grilled asparagus. Is it possible for me to get raw broccoli or something steamed just in water with no oil, no sugar, no salt? And they'll check and they'll help me so I can write it down ahead of time. So I'm not sitting at the table panicking when I'm in a group, right? Because I don't go by myself. I don't want to hold up the table. And if I know ahead of time, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that because we can't give you hummus without oil because it comes pre-made. That happens sometimes. Then I know, okay, I need to really just focus on this and not worry about that. And so when I go to the restaurant, I will say to the waiter, I'm going to be your problem child. I'm going to be the one that asks a lot of questions. I hope you're okay with that. And we joke, and they kind of know ahead of time. And then I'll say, I don't want to give them a list of, I can't have this, 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 this. I used to do that. But what I found was if I just say, I noticed on here, I can order it this way. Is that true? And if they say no, then I could say, you know what? I called ahead of time and I spoke to your manager so-and-so, and they said you'd be able to do that. Is it possible to double check? things like that. Or I will just plainly no, I'm not going to order anything. And I'll just say, may I have an extra plate? Now, they will say, sure. And when the plate comes, I will wait until everybody has been served. And then I will slowly take my bags. I will take the food, open it, dump it on the plate. If they have something I can order there that I can add to it, I will. But I'm not worried about it because I'm still going to tip the waiter or waitress for their time. And if they get, I haven't had this happen, but if anybody ever said anything, I would be happy to say, look, I will pay for the rental of the plate for the meal. I don't want anyone to feel like you're wasting my table. I'm not going to make the tip, whatever. No, I'm going to give you the tip. And this way you're happy. I'm happy. My body's happy. And then I can just focus on the reason that I'm there visiting these people. And the people, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, they sometimes will. I've had people like go up to a buffet, and then while they're gone, I'll put my, one time I did this beautiful kale salad with strips of ribbons of carrots and all kinds of colors. And they came back and they said, whoa, where did you get that? And I said, I brought it from Arizona. That's where I live. And they were like, oh, wow. Oh, you brought potatoes? Yes, I brought air fried potatoes with some Benson's Table Tasty, which is a no salt substitute. Would you like to try it? Yes, I have these beautiful fresh strawberries. And it's okay. And I'll say to the waiter, sometimes I wish I could order something. There's nothing that works for me. So don't worry, I'm going to take care of you, but thank you for allowing me the plate. Things like that. So you don't really stick out. And then I put my bag down and nobody knows anything. So those are some of the ways that I make it work.
Oh my God, these are such amazing tips, Jennifer. People are loving it. So in the chat, they're saying, thank you so much, Jennifer. Yes. So, and as you said, this, even when we go to the restaurants, it's so easy to modify the menu. So we can say, okay, skip the dressing or put the dressing onto the side so that you don't mix it with salad. And definitely, and they are open. Sometimes we are hesitant to ask the waiters or the chef, but they are open because they want their business to run, and they do try to accommodate whatever we are asking. So that's so amazing. So
Yeah, I
uh,
would like to
sure.
say one more thing. I was just thinking about
Mhm.
sometimes you're with somebody and they are like, what are you going to order? Why aren't you going to order? They feel uncomfortable.
Yes, that's true.
And yeah, and so some of the things that have worked for me is to flat out say, look, I'm very comfortable eating this way in the restaurant. I want you to be comfortable. I'm really not here for the food. I'm here for you and to spend our time together. So please don't worry about me. I'm doing great. And I just want you to know that we're just going to focus on the reason that we're here. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm excited to hear about what's going on with you. And that usually makes them feel better. It's okay. Order whatever you're going to do. You do that. And don't worry about me. I promise you, I'm doing wonderfully. And that is very helpful to relieve people, I have found. So I just wanted to share that because there are conversations and things that come up, and a lot of times the other person doesn't really understand. They might feel like you're judging them. And I just try really hard to let them know this has nothing to do with anything except me and my quality of life. And this is what's working for me right now. And I'm so grateful we have this time together. And so go ahead, it's your turn. Go ahead and order. And yes, can you add an extra plate? Just a side empty plate. Thank you so much. And then I will start a different conversation. How have you been? How is your work? Whatever it is. And we go from there.
I'm so glad you brought this up, Jennifer. And this is so important because, yes, the other group or the family or friends, they are curious, and sometimes they may feel offended if we are not ordering. And so you have said it so beautifully how you can appease their minds and tell that it's not about them. It's about me, and this is how I would like to do. And thank you so much for bringing that up. So here we have Todd and explorers. So they're saying, I have been plant-based for years and I'm just learning about food combinations. And relationships are the reason we are together. Okay,
Yes.
so yep. Yes, that's so true. I mean, that's the reason, like we are here in the restaurant to enjoy each other's
Yes.
company, and that relationship is important for us. Amazing.
Yes.
So,
I
go
would
ahead.
like to also say, if you want, I can also talk about, I recently went to a weekend family extravaganza where it was a catered big family thing and weddings, things like that. I can also address at any time if you'd like.
Oh my God, go ahead.
Okay. So I recently went with my husband to a family thing. We took a plane, we went to another state, and it was a weekend thing. And ahead of time, when they send the invitation, the host, who's a relative, reached out and said, if any, like to everyone, if anyone has any special food requests, please reach out to me. And I did. I said, this is how I eat, and I itemized it. And I also followed it with, please don't worry about it. I can bring my own food. If you want to help me, just let me know where we're going to be. I can look at the menu unless it's a buffet, or I can look around again for what? The grocery stores. And they feel relieved. Oh, thank goodness you can handle it. You don't mind. Okay, yes, here is where we're going. This is the menu. And there are sometimes accommodations, right? But what I find is that they're so busy with if it's a big event, whatever it might be, a wedding or something, it's helpful for me to just not put an extra thing that they don't really understand on their plate. And chances are it's not going to be the way I wanted it anyways, because somebody might think that I need salt for flavor. And for me, I don't need salt. So I found that I just make sure that I have a window of time and I get ahead of time whatever I need, right? So this particular thing was, we took an airplane, we got a shuttle to the airport, from the airport to the hotel, and then that shuttle took us to the event. So I didn't have a rental car, I didn't have time to go. So I made sure that I had enough ahead of time. It wasn't international, so I could bring a lot more food. In fact, I have a backpack that I also bring. And that usually, in addition to this bag, is filled with just food. And and
That's so amazing.
yeah, and one last thing I didn't share about, when you are taking something that's going to go through security, an apple, for example, I learned I got to put that apple in a clear baggie, because most times they say, who has the bag with the banana? And here I do. And so they want to search my bag just to make sure. And I have learned I don't want the gloves that they wear, that they touch, I don't know what, to touch my apple. So if it's in a baggie, they'll take the baggie out, they'll look at it, they're not touching the apple or whatever. And I found that to be really great too, just a little thing I thought of. But yeah, and there's usually a lot of fresh fruit at these events, and there's usually veggie platters and things like that. You don't have to use their dip. And so there you go.
Yes, those are amazing. So Explorer says, "Oh, that's good. I'll begin to itemize my diet for others if requested." That's amazing. What foods do you travel with? I have been afraid to I have been afraid to take anything.
Okay, so I travel with pretty much anything that I want, that I think will last. So I don't know. In the bundle, there's Lissa from Raw Food Romance, and she put in a lot of things. She does raw foods. I don't think it's in this bundle, but she does a wrap. out of
Yes, she
vegetables.
does.
And I've made the wraps. Those are,
You know what, Jennifer, even in this bundle, I know in the previous bundle she offered the wraps, but even in this bundle for people who missed last year's bundle, she did put like few wraps.
oh,
Yep.
she did. Okay, I
Yes.
haven't looked through all of her stuff. She's got like a lot of stuff in there. But I actually have a wrap I could pull out if somebody's interested to see. But I travel with those. Those are great, or anything like it. Lettuce, the big leaves, like butter lettuce or romaine lettuce or collard greens. Those are things that you can use like a bread. So you can stuff whatever you want. I travel with rice. I travel with the potatoes I mentioned. I travel with quinoa already cooked. If I'm going to do the beans, I will either check it so that I don't have it like a can or whatever. If you're going to bring a can opener.
Yes. Yes.
Or make sure where you're going, they have a kitchen where you can go downstairs maybe and say, can you open this for me? But I found that some of them come in these paper boxes that you can tear. But I put those things that have any liquid in it to check. But I bring a dried fruit, fresh fruit, like we mentioned. Anything that, I'll make muffins. These are great. I would totally bring these on a plane.
Mm.
You can make things ahead of time. This is easy. Nothing to spill. There's no water, right? And, if I am going to do like beans or I am going to do some kind of hummus, well, I need to do it a little differently. So I'll rinse it. I'll have it, so I pour it on the salad or in the wrap, right? And just make sure, like for our travel, 3 ounces or less. So you can get little containers and you can put it and it can pass through. Or I've heard of people dehydrating their hummus and then rehydrating it with a little water on the plane, mixing it and waiting. There's all kinds of tricks and things you can do. But even those containers you can buy like at Target or somewhere where you put lotions or shampoo for travel, if they're meant for travel, the measurement is usually 3 ounces or less. You can buy a fresh one so it's not used. You can put your sauces in there, balsamic vinegar, if you like that kind of thing. There's all kinds of flavors of that, or hummus, or mustard, or anything like that, as long as it's the small amount. And you can have a bunch of small amounts, right? You just don't want it in a big container because I've had it thrown out. I was like, no, I just made that homemade hummus. Can I pour it on my salad? Right? And they're like, no, you can't because I can't watch you. So that's another thing. You can also put it ahead of time and mix it so it's not really a liquid. So you're ready to go.
These are all such amazing tips, and people are thanking you for offering all these tips. Amazing, Jennifer. And I see the like colorful fruits and so is like do you make a smoothie with it?
Yes. So this is ingredients for one of the smoothies in my bundle.
Ah,
And it is, let's see, it's called a watermelon strawberry smoothie. And it's a little bit tricky because you wouldn't know some of the ingredients in it. I can certainly make it. And I can also talk about the ingredients if you'd like.
go ahead. You can,
So,
yeah, you can talk about the ingredients. Yep.
yeah, so you need a blender that's going to be high powered. This is a Vitamix. There are other high powered blenders. So I go ahead. This is frozen watermelon. You don't need frozen watermelon. If watermelon is in season, you can use fresh. It's not in season really for me, I guess. So I had this in the freezer, but so there's a certain amount you put right in there. This is already pre-measured. And then in here I have fresh, or you can use frozen strawberries, right? Because it's a watermelon strawberry smoothie. But I also have cut up apple. I have a date, and this is a green apple. And then the secret under here is, does anyone know what that is? It's hard to tell. I'll tell you. It's Brussels sprouts.
Oh my
Brussels sprouts
God.
in a smoothie. You can do that. It's not going to do anything to the taste. I also have a frozen banana, I've got celery, and you can use cauliflower. I like to use these kinds of flavors and colors because it's cruciferous, but most importantly, it is not going to make the color, a weird color. Like if I put broccoli in here, it's going to be more green, right? But I can get the same benefit from using the cauliflower, and it's going to keep everything bright and beautiful. And then I have a few other things that I put in here, some lemon juice, just a little tiny bit. And here's another secret. I've got garbanzo beans. Well, if garbanzo beans don't work for you, use butter beans, use some kind of white bean. I think of things in color. If it's going to be dark, like a chocolate, that's fine. It doesn't matter as much. Or green, that's fine. But I want it to be beautiful with the watermelon and strawberries, so I need to think that way. And then I've got a little bit of ginger because I want to also eat in a way that's going to be anti-inflammatory. And I've got my flaxseed and I've got a vanilla bean powder. That's just for flavor. And then all I have to do after that is just add some water and blend it up. And it is an amazing, beautiful smoothie that is going to fill me up. It's going to nurture my body, and it's going to keep me and my joints and everything feeling great.
This is amazing. And you can go ahead and blend it. Like you have almost to the top.
I know, right? It's okay. It's okay. And this is a 64-ounce container, so I can fill it with lots of containers. So normally when I make a smoothie on my channel, I like to do a dance party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start this.
Go
And
ahead.
you won't be able to hear, because I think it mutes it out. But I use these to protect my ears because this machine is very loud. And please feel free, everybody. We're going to get up and we're going to start the dance party while this blends. Let me get it going. And let's see here. There we go.
Yeah. Yes. That's so cool. Oh.
I'm gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good. There you go.
Yes, amazing. Yes.
I love to have a dance party, and I think I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel good. This is good. And you know what? It brings joy. It brings the dopamine hit without the sugar, and I get a workout in. Woo! So I encourage you to have fun in the kitchen. And look at this. Look at this.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God, this
pour
is
it.
so amazing. So nutrient rich. Like who would think of like putting Brussels sprouts and other things? And it looks so colorful and nice, like red. Oh my God, this is
Yes,
amazing.
I would
Yeah.
love to offer everybody a taste.
So Explorer is saying, I wish I was your neighbor. I would be over there eating all the time.
Oh, I would welcome you. It would be great to have more people eating this way, but you can do this, and I'm here to help support you in that.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Like this was so amazing. Like you gave us so many tips and recipe ideas, and your book is awesome. Like your contribution in the bundle is awesome. And for those of you who are wondering what this bundle is, just for March 1st to 10th, more than 80 people who are like top plant-based experts, chefs, doctors, fitness gurus, health coaches have come together and are offering their resources just for mere $49. If you have to buy this individual resources, it would cost you $5,500. But just for this 10 days, and it's ending soon. So make sure you grab this. Like we are posting the Jennifer's link in the chat box. So make sure you grab and download her amazing recipe book. As you can see, like she has such amazing recipes here. Um, this
Yes,
is Such a wonderful resource. So make sure you download. Yes,
Yes,
Jennifer.
you really should. And also, I think I started to, but I also have another contribution. I'm a certified plant-based nutrition coach, and I have a masterclass series in there. And there is 5 links. I'm with. There's a total of 4 of us together, and we talk about common questions and concerns that people have in a general way. And there is a whole thing on travel in there as well. So if you get the bundle, make sure you download everything. And there's, like you said, so many wonderful things. Even what you contributed, the blood pressure, that helped us and was very helpful. My husband is off his blood pressure medication now, and it's just a wealth of information. And I just can't say enough about how diverse and so many things there are.
Yes. So I mean this bundle is awesome. Like I know every year it's different. Every year it's different contribution and this year I know like it has been so amazing with all the different contributions. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for contributing this. And this is amazing. And as you can see, guys, like Jennifer has amazing resources, even with her other master class, she has the travel. And as you saw, like she gave so many tips about the travel. So make sure you download this uh, download this masterclass, which is very valuable. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, Jennifer, so much for your time. It was lovely.
Thank you. I really appreciate the pleasure, and it was a pleasure to be here with everyone. I always like to just say, don't forget to eat your greens and give plants a chance. Truly, it changed my life, and it can certainly help yours as well. Thank you kindly.
Oh, thank you so much.